This is the town of Julian.
In the winter of 1870, a former Kentucky slave named Frederick Coleman discovered gold in a sandy creek near Julian, California. Prospectors came from all around to try their luck, and the gold rush was on. Michael Julian became recorder of the Julian Mining District, 160 acres at the foot of Gold Hill, and the town of Julian was born. The Eagle Mining Company was established in 1870 and included the Eagle and High Peak mines.
Yep. All the birds.
There's even a bird up there in the
Yeah.
power box.
Before I can get apple pie, we need to find gold. Speaking of apples, I'm going to forcefully tell you some information about them. The best season to pick apples, believe it or not, is actually in September. In Julian, there are 21 types of apples, including Jonathan, Empire, Fuji, Granny Smith, and Red Delicious. I won't bore you with the rest, so let's start the tour.
So Aidan, describe to us the process of panning for gold.
You scoop sand.
Right?
The gold is in the sand.
And then you slosh it around a little bit.
Around. Forbidden 7-Eleven slushy.
Now, I could step up and give you a little assistance. I would take your pan. The first thing I would do, watch how I adjust it. I add water. Then I go like this. The gold goes to the bottom. Too much water. You want to let me help you? Look, now that's the concentrate. This is what we call the concentrate. Now you have to be careful. Add a little water back. We're going to do it together. Watch. Bring it in, let it out. You bring it in, you let it out. From left to right, one at a time. Look at the gold. Look at the gold starting to pop up in his pan. But now we're going to wash all this sand off the gold to this side so you can get the gold out of the pan. Because you have a lot of gold in your pan. Now leaning it down, now watch me. Gently I bring it in. One more time. Now there's a bunch of gold. Now you can you see it and get it?
Sparkles. Hold it up in the sun, Aidan, so you can see it.
Fingers if you can help it.
There you go. Look at that.
I've obtained gold. Take a picture of my gold.
We're entering the mine. Here's Aidan, my buddy. For the school, all you cool kids, ask your parents to come down here because this is really awesome, man. You're not going to see this on your laptops. Okay, let's go, buddy.
How long has he been trapped in there for?
A long time. You all remember that quartz vein that we saw out there, right? Yep. How many minimum ounces of gold do we have to make money?
1 ounce per ton.
All right, here it is. Check it out. Come on up. Take a look up here. There's your quartz. See that?
Uh-huh.
There's your quartz vein. And these light gray layers, you're going to see a lot of these are actual layers of the sediment of the ocean floor, right? How are the mountains made, right? Tectonic plates, they crush, they push up, we got lava volcano, boom. All this, one day, a long time ago, was laying flat on the floor, and they got shoved up, right? Then, you start mining sideways. When you mine sideways like this is called a drift. So over here, we're making 2 ounces of gold. This is called the Eagle vein. We're making 2 ounces, so it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad, right? It's 1 ounce to cover cost, and then 1 ounce to make money. This is Billy Moran. That's him standing there dressed in black, and that's this little shack right there.
Huh.
All right?
Uh-huh.
Now, the government has so many people coming up here that notice people are beginning to build up here, so they will give everybody a grant. They'll give you a free acre of half land so you can build your little house and bring your family. Aidan, how old are you?
10.
10. In 2 more years, you'll be 12 years old. If this was 1870, would he be working in here with his dad or in school?
He'd be working.
Here.
stay in school. All right, let's go, guys. Follow me. Watch your head. Another drift. You see that? And then that actually goes back there 115 feet. That one went back there about 80 feet. And at the end, they went straight up. That's called stope mining, when you go straight up. Okay, and they took it all the way to skylight, to daylight, and then they sealed it up. So over here, how many ounces we're making over there? 2 ounces. Here we're making 10 to 12.
Oh, wow.
That's how you do it. You find a vein that's got gold and you start following it. Until you run out, you're not making the money you need to make. And if you look back there, you can see that they actually did a small shaft going down, but you can't tell how deep they went because it's covered up. It was very small actually. But when you look above you, you can see tree trunks from manzanilla trees with rocks on top. They use a lot of manzanilla trees in here for the work that needed to be done. And manzanilla trees grow really slow, really super hard wood, and it burns really, really slow. Check this out. You said you like science? What are you looking at?
Lots.
Yes. But where were those layers a long time ago? Where? Hey, I hear whispers back there. Hello. Hey, I hear cheating. End of the line, please.
Yeah.
That's a minus on that scorecard there.
I'm just trying to help him.
I know. These are layers of the ocean floor.
Yes.
A really long time ago. This is called a star vein. When the miners discovered this, they had no idea what this was because they knew about geology. They thought it was like, wow, so they cleaned it and left it like this, and they would come over here and rub their hands right here for good luck. So here we're making 10 or 12 ounces. All right, buddy, you got my back?
Yes.
Come follow me. A lot of the stuff you're going to see now, it's going to look like a lot of crates, and a lot of tools and machinery and stuff like it was left here just a couple of years ago. And 95% of what you're going to see is all original stuff. You're going to find out why in a few minutes why it was left behind.
Okay.
So a lot of these original crates are original. And this was their warehouse area. This is where they kept a lot of their tools and supplies because it's really close to the entrance over there, okay? Everybody look down this way. Did you notice anything while you were walking up this way?
Walking uphill?
Yes, walking uphill. Good job. You got it.
Yes.
So why is it uphill? Why is it downhill this way?
Gravity, because they're loading rocks that way, and the rocks have to go out that way for processing.
And I'm pushing a cart that weighs 1,500 pounds down the hill, right? Every time you go to a mine like this, you're always walking in uphill and you're walking out downhill. It's not a very high grade, but just enough to make it that much easier. You'd be much surprised how easy it is to push a 1,500 pound crate down just this level. They're really easy. Okay, now check this out. If this was 1870, there'd be a wall of rock right here, and this would be the end of the tour. And I'd say, that's it, man. You'd be going, wait a minute, man. I need more for that for my school, right? You pay $15, right? All right, there'd be a wall of rock right here, but check this out. This is the Eagle Mine. Belongs to Bill Moran, one level. We're about to enter the High Peak Mine, 11 levels, okay? And level 6, we're going to be entering. There's 4,000 feet of tunnels in there, owned by the Smith brothers. The Smith brothers and Bill Moran were friends. World War I breaks out. The government wants all the metal they can get their hands on. So the Smith brothers sold their stamp machines that you saw up there to the government. After World War I, they come back here to continue to work. And what happens? The Smith brothers have no way of processing their quartz. So they said, look, Billy, we'll break our quartz. We'll haul it to you. You process it for us, and we'll pay you a fee. A partnership was formed. Which is pretty cool, right?
That is cool.
But you know what? This is still a wall of rock right here. So what's next? We need to unite our tunnels. So with that great GPS, I don't know how they did. Don't ask me how. Both tunnels were united here right halfway. You're going to see that. Okay? 1934 rolls around, and it's the Great Depression. Men are having a hard time trying to find jobs. The gold prices is really dropping. The government sticks in, and they discovered strip mining at that period. That's where it could come to a big hill like this with big giant hoses, and they just blast away with water this whole hill. In 2 days this hill be gone, and they were processing 1,000 times more tonnage than these little mines could process. So overnight these mines could not compete anymore. By 1934 both of these mines were over, were done. That's why you're going to see tools and benches and machinery and crates like they were left here 10 years ago or 5 years ago. And it's been here since 1934. Why? Because it's all protected. Okay? Between both of these mines, they cleared $100,000 back then, which is just under $2 million today. Everybody, watch your head. Welcome to the High Peak Mine. I want you to imagine you're standing on a rickety wooden platform and you're using what? A pick above your head to pick rocks. Did I say more? There were no hard hats back then, okay? You should have stayed in school. So here's your shaft. 425 feet straight down that hole. There's a bucket to take you down. You want to go for a ride? Yeah, right, sure. With that little candle up to 10 feet, you'd be going, Mama! Mama!
That's 25 feet.
425 feet.
Oh.
No, not 25 feet, 400.
Oh.
That's a 30-story building, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. Imagine you just blast it in here, okay? And you come in here, and the dust is settled. You got your candles, and you look, and you see a quartz vein like this, you know, because it could be anywhere from 10 inches, sometimes 3 feet wide, with gold in it.
Yeah.
See that? That's all hard rock and sediment, and then you got your quartz. You always find the gold and the silver like this in the quartz.
Well,
Why do you find it always in the quartz? Well, you got lava, right? All the minerals are on the lava. They're pushing up, moving upwards, right? It's not going to go through hard rock, is it? It's going to go through quartz. Why? Because quartz is basically glass and it can melt. Everything cools up, it gets caught up in there. And now you got your gold, your silver, and your copper and stuff like that. And it's always a lighter color like that. Quartz basically is glass. That's basically what it is, right? It's like a silicone, it's glass, right? So you put enough heat to it, what happens? It's going to disintegrate, it's going to melt. And then if it cools down, there it is, right? Now come in here, there's that shaft on the other side of that workbench, okay? Before this showed up, they will hold the man in the bucket, okay? That's what's left of a tripod. There's supposed to be 3 beams like that. You see that beam right there? It's a 12 by 12. You see that slice right there? The cut, all right? And they will hold all this with rope. Now, it probably took at least 4 or 5 guys pulling that rope, and then 2 guys, you know, pulling on up and down you went. But then 1896 shows up, and this baby shows up. Okay, this was built in San Francisco, okay, and they took 2 months to ferry all the way down the coast of San Diego, up here probably by mule train, and then 1 piece at a time in here, okay, to build it. This is a 10 horsepower combustion 1-piston engine, just like your car. Is that awesome? 1896. This ran by kerosene, oil, or even Hayek and whiskey that they can burn. And if we cleaned this up a little bit and oiled it, it would still work. You know why? It still runs.
That's awesome.
That's it. Made was 1934, so it works. Completely protected. Now, to make sure that everybody knew what's going to happen, you have to learn the California state law when it comes to bells, because this was a little bit loud, and this is what you have to memorize. And that's the bell right here. This is what it sounded like. You all ready?
Yeah.
oh, wow, okay.
That's it. All right, you ready for your science moment?
Yes.
Well, this is science, but now we're looking at natural science. You ready?
Well,
Look at your ceiling. All of these right here, you see this light gray? These are little layers of the sediment of the ocean floor. And then you got your really hard rock. All right, we're level number 6. We're going on to level number 5. Everybody follow me. But this is the ocean floor. Look how smooth and flat this looks. These are layers that lay down quiet, no problem, right? Now look up here.
yep.
Look at these layers. Look at the turmoil on all this sediment. Something happened here that made these sediments lay down really not in a completely different manner than this right here. When I hit this, listen how hollow it sounds. Because there's those between each layer, there's a little pocket there. So the sound echoes that hollowness. Isn't that cool? This is the blacksmith place. This guy, you can have the most miserable job I can imagine in this place, because any tool that got broken or bent, this was his job. That right there would be burning hot coals, okay? And he'd take his anvil and he'd bent the tools, heat them up, bang it away, heat them up, bang it away. You see the smoke on the rock right there? Imagine how hot it got in there, man.
I wouldn't want to have
No
that
cold
job.
Pepsi, no cold Gatorade or Cokes or anything, air conditioning. All that rock sucking in the heat, and then where's that heat going to go? Right back out again. So this is a really hot, nasty little job. All right, we're going to go up. Now listen up. Watch your steps. Watch your shins. Use your railings and watch your head. And meet me upstairs. All right. Y'all remember that hat?
Yes.
That little flashlight? I mean that little candle? This is your light source. Okay? You could also bring like one of these in here, and you bang this into the rock.
Oh my
You can
God.
put your lights right there where you're working. One light, one candle per person, 2 to 3 guys, 4 at the most working together because of the oxygen level. Here's the trick. You were not allowed to bring any matches if you blew this out. There was never any gas here. This is not a coal mine, but there's always a little bit of gunpowder floating around because of the work they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't want to strike a spark in here, sparking. So if Brandon?
Yes.
Oh, wow. If Brandon and I are working together and I blow this out, hey, light me up, and he lights me up. But if I happen to be here alone for some dumb reason, then I got to find someone else, or I got to walk all the way outside the mine and light my candle, come back in. All right? Are you ready, sir? Lights, camera, action.
Oh, wow.
Actually, Caribbean.
We can see
That's
each other.
crazy.
We can see the rock, and especially you'll definitely see the gold sparkling, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So now I'm working here. Yeah, I'm not, I'm working and I'm not paying attention and I trip and go, oh no. Anybody see anything? Right? You can't see nothing except for a blinking red light over there. Right?
Thank
Now,
God.
let me ask you this. Can you not find yourself, and everybody at school,
Yeah.
can you not find yourself at home in the dark without waking up mom and dad if you have to get up? Yes. Why? Because you learn the house, right? Same thing in here. You learn the mind. Okay, you ready? Lights. Good job. Give everybody a hand
Good
clap.
job,
Alright.
Aidan.
Good job, Aidan.
Imagine if I were to do something like this.
All right, let's come over here. This is an original drill. If you want to showcase this board real quick. All right. So when I start around like this, I just pound away and make a big enough hole about this big to stick this in there. This was a 3-man crew. It'd be me and Brandon and what's your name?
Kevin.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Hopefully Brandon and Kevin got a good night's sleep last night. They're paying attention this morning because they're the ones swinging the hammer. So Daniel's holding this against the rock with a hole that already got started. Basically we call it a pilot hole. And Brandon or Kevin take a swing, one of them, and then I do a quarter turn. Then another swing and another quarter turn.
Oh, wow.
Then another swing and another quarter turn. And on we went up to 4 feet into the rock sometimes. All right? It could take hours to make 5 holes. And if we made 5 holes, the blast was like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 in the middle, because we're blasting in that direction.
Uh-huh.
So once those 5 holes were done, the powder man would come in. And he used this tool right here to suck out most of the debris. And he's got the swamp stickers. Looks like a little broom. You can see it back here at the end over here. He cleaned out the hole really good. Now the first, that we used just gunpowder or black powder, whatever you want to call it. And then they started using TNT later. So you have a stick like this. He wrapped this up with newspaper, bashed it in real tight, pull it out, stuff it up with gunpowder, close it, and you got your TNT sticks. Nobody go blow up any backyards now, okay?
Yes.
This is your charging spoon. You put that charge in the square spoon over here at the end.
And then
Okay.
you eat it.
And you slide it in there and pull it out like a pizza. Make sure it stays in there. All right? Then you tamp it back on nice and tight with a tamping bar. And with this needle right here, punch a hole in the back of a newspaper. And these are your fuses, these reeds. You set them up, you light them, and you walk down over here. There's a jump hole. A jump hole is just a hole in the rock wall where the miners can get out of the way when you're pushing a cart. Or the powder man can get in there, get on his knees against the wall real close, and wait for the explosions. If they heard 5 explosions, right? Not all at the same time. Then we wait about an hour and a half. The dust was settled. They come in here and start picking and shoveling away. But if you only hear 3 or 4, guess what happens next?
Powder man has to see what happened.
That's man. He's got to come back in here, and with this little tool back here, it's called a scraper, find the 1 charge that didn't blow up, or 2, and pull them up, hoping it doesn't do what? Blow up on you, right?
Yep.
Now, let's see if anybody in that class can get this, okay? When there's an explosion, there's dust, debris, and 2 invisible things that travel down this tunnel. Sound and what else? Air, right, but what's it called?
Shockwave.
Shockwave, good job.
Good
Yes.
job,
Way to
honey.
go, man. Shockwave. We got a shockwave coming here, super fast, okay?
Impending doom.
So, there's 4 shockwaves. 1 didn't blow up. Not always, but sometimes even in the jump hole, his candle will go poof.
Yep.
So now he's got to come back in here in the dark and find the one that didn't blow up and pull it out. Not a fun job, okay?
No.
These miners would make $5 a day back then, which is $30 an hour today. So it's good money. The powder man's made some more, but as you can tell, this was not a safe, easy job. You see the lady standing there dressed in white?
Yes.
You see her? Well, wives, anybody wives watching, you're out there waiting for a husband to come back in one piece, right?
Yes.
Yes. No.
Unless we don't
Tell you
like
what
them.
is. The man got paid the moment that stepped out there at the end of the shift. So why are the wives waiting out there?
To get the money.
To get the money so it doesn't end up in the local cantina saloon in Julian.
Nice.
All right, that's a true story. This is called the Smith stove. Check it out.
Cool.
That is cool.
Isn't it? That goes up to the other levels. Now, the way this worked, they have a wall right here, okay, of wood, or planks, whatever. They roll all that stuff down, and it come tumbling down, hit the wall, come right through this hole right here, and dump right in your cart, and up it went.
Nope.
All right, it's going to get a little bit tighter now. Watch your heads, okay?
Okay.
Follow me. How you doing, Aidan? Watch your head. Anybody notice anything while we're walking?
We're going downhill.
Going downhill, that's right. Yep. This is the South Rimmer still. We're no longer using it. We got to walk through, right? Adrian, I want you to get in there very carefully. As far as you can go close to that wall over there. Get down on your knees facing the wall. Seriously, get down on your knees facing the wall. Plug your ears. There's your Potter man, right there.
Oh
Boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. Okay. All right. You hear everything? Okay. Now you can get up.
That was so loud. Oh,
That's right. There's your jump hole. Okay. And this is also for the miners to get out of the way when somebody's pushing a cart.
Yeah.
Good job, man. So we got 15 men working here, two shifts. What do you think this is?
Gunpowder.
The latrine.
This is the latrine. This is the bathroom.
Oh my God.
This is it. And kids are gonna like this. Hey kids, imagine what happened when this got knocked over. All right, there it is. Here's your bathroom.
He said I don't see any toilet paper.
Oh yeah, well, or Febreze for that matter. Hey, everybody, watch your head coming out. Watch out for those last beams, please. Watch your head. Good job, everybody. Watch out for those last beams. Hey, everybody, give each other a hand. You made it out safe.
All right. Good job.
We made it.
We made it! Yay!
Good job.
Good job, Aidan.